Trying to. Alright, pull the pin. Don't let her get sucked back up in there like I almost did. Hello, viewers, and happy Saturday. See, I didn't upload anything yesterday, and it's been weighing on my conscience, you know. I'm robbing you guys of the content. So to make up for it, I'm out here on Saturday. We're gonna do a couple little quick little diddlies. This is the customer we have a contract with. I'm out here doing PM all the time. It's quite a big facility out here. They got about 7 full service kitchens, all this equipment out here. It's this place is kind of like a little town. But what we're doing right now, right here, is this combi over here, the sprayer, the hand shower, it's leaking. Well, yeah, there she goes. She's got a little dribble. Some of you guys might know that experience if you're up, you know, above 50 and all that. Okay, what we have here? Got the new gun. I already know that's the problem, because what it could also be is the O-rings in there. This is just a hose, and that little clip, you pop that out, this thing comes right off, and it's just a little hose in there. There's 2 O-rings on it, and that's the first thing you do when you have this problem. You replace those O-rings. I've got them on the van. You can get them from Rational. They're come in kits of 5, so you always have 3 left over. And I already did that. I already replaced the O-rings, and it didn't fix it. So we know it's got to be the gun, or it could be the whole reel, but I doubt it. I've actually replaced one of those recently. It was before I was doing this channel. I wish I'd have got that one, because that's a pretty good one. It's actually not too bad. You got to get this out, the panel, and you got to peel out this bottom part of the gasket, and there's some screws up underneath. You got to take this tray off, pull that whole panel out, and the gun comes, like I said, you take the gun off, then you got the hose, but do not let it go, because it will get sucked back into that reel and you can't get it out, just so you know. But we're not doing that today. We're just going to replace this. First step is shut off the water. Easier said than done. Where are you at? Over there. There's a little valve. Right there. Shut her off. Alrighty. Now, easy as pie. Let's pull this sucker out. Get a hold of her. Now I'm gonna need this flathead here. This little guy. Get that clip. And take your screwdriver. Get it up in there. Like that. And you just pop it out. Like so. Getting a good angle here. Trying to. Alright, pull the pin. Don't let her get sucked back up in there like I almost did, because then you've got a real problem. Here's the old gun. And here's our hose. See? Just a straight hose. 2 little O-rings on there. Those are brand new babies. Now what I like to do is tie this thing in a knot. Still recording. Okay. Because it will get sucked up in there. And that reel, you would have to take it out, but like I said, it's not that hard. Get it out, and I think it comes apart. It's got a bunch of torque screws in it, but it's got this symbol on it that's like a boxing glove coming out of a jack-in-the-box thing. So I think you're not supposed to take that thing apart. So if it gets sucked in there, you're... So give her a little knot, and you're safe. Got the new gun here. And it even comes with a new clip. And not that you need it. It also comes with some lube for the O-rings. So, might as well use it. Dab. Son of a... I don't litter. Lube. Got your lube. Got your new gun. Ooh, it's sleek. It's a little darker. I like that. It's black. Alright. Just pop it on there. Yeah. It's seated. Is that my new clip? Is this my new clip? Yeah. The old one fell in the drip tray. I mean, it's still good. Oh! What have I done? Gotta unknot it first. What a dingo. Documenting my dumbness for all to see. There we go. Good. Turn the water back on. Okay. There we go. Okay. Hey there. I should take that to the dish machine, actually. Bingo bongo. Water back on. And no drippy. We got no drips. Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah. And no drippy. This is good. Now we move on to the next thing. What was the next thing? So we had a couple things out here to do. Did that. Oh! Yep. See you in a second. Alrighty, here we are. They are redoing the floor in here. What we have is a walk-in cooler, and inside of that is a walk-in freezer. You've seen these combos before, I'm sure. This freezer has a perimeter heater, and they already pulled up my threshold. Looks like they did fine. I had a caulk on the threshold too, holding this heater in place. But it does appear as though the heater is still fully intact. That's what we want. The guy in charge of the floor job called me in and said, "Hey man, they got a wire running here. Is it important?" I said, yeah. Let me get in there and I'll get it out of the way. So that's basically all I gotta do. I gotta take these little strips off, and I'll just take each one off on the side. I'll pull that baby up and get it out of the way. I'll probably just hang it on that door closer, and that'll be that, you know. Pretty simple. Just take a little flathead and pop it loose. There we go. One down, one to go. Come on. Oh, baby. Let's find a good spot. There we go. That sucker just came plumb off. Alright. Yeah. Let's see, I had taped it. That's a shame. My aluminum tape job is gonna have to be redone. And you know that stuff is a one-time use. Once you take it loose, it ain't sticking again. That's for sure. But yeah, let's just hang this baby right there. Oh, please be careful, William. I think that'll be good. They can let me know if it's otherwise, but hell, I can, you know, only gotta strip the floor, and I don't think that's in the way anymore. You know, I would like to check for continuity just to be sure that they didn't somehow sever it somewhere. But where does it run? Let's see, it's going through. Oh, it goes through in here to the light. It's wired up in there. I think it'll be all right. I was gonna say I could start it up and put my clamp on there, see if it draws the amps. I think it's all right though. Let's move on to the next thing. What's next? We got another combi oven. All right, right on. All right, so chef tells me there's a door issue for one thing, which seems okay, but it is very common for these Rational combis to have door issues, little annoying issues like the door popping open when you got it in steam, or it just won't quite. You got to really give it some oomph before it clicks and really shuts. I see it all the time. You think a $30,000 sophisticated piece of equipment like this, which it really is, they're very good. They're nice pieces of equipment, but you'd think that they could get the damn door right. They've got this is the facility that I was talking about earlier. They've got 7 full service kitchens out here. They got a lot of these. And pretty much every one of them I have had to tweak the door at some point. I've had to move the latch or adjust the hinges, the feet. Things got to be perfectly level. I cannot tell you how much of a headache these doors can be. Especially this one though. Like I said, they got a bunch of these exact combis. This one in particular, they keep calling me back over and over about the door. And I don't know. It seems okay to me. I mean, look at this. I barely had to put any effort into that, and it is shut. It is latched. It's good. And just a little like that, I mean, that's perfect. That is perfect. But like I said, I think maybe it's popping open on them. I'm going to try to put it in steam. The other thing she told me about this door, or not the door, the oven, she said, in her words, when they try to clean it, it's giving them all kinds of hell. I don't want to necessarily put this into a clean because that locks it into a 3-hour cycle or 1 hour, whatever. I think they usually run a heavy clean on this, but I know with this particular one, the water out here, they have a water softening system in place. It's only tied into the hot water, and this is fed with cold water. You can't hook up hot water to these combis, so the water softening is not, this isn't getting the treated water, and the water out here is so full of scale. We got limestone out here in Kentucky. In this particular area, I mean, I cannot believe how bad the scale gets in this thing. I have to descale it very often, way more often than recommended. I mean, it's full right now. I descaled this thing a couple weeks ago, and I guarantee you there's still a bunch in there. And that's probably the root of their problem when they try to clean it. So I'm gonna get all that, drain that out of there, pop this off and get a look in there, see how scaly it is. I'm just gonna have to descale this thing again. It was about time to do it anyway. Like I said, I did it a couple weeks ago. I generally do that every couple weeks on this thing. I get in there and I've actually been using lately, I have used some of the stuff that they send out, their descaler, but on the van, you know, I was in a pinch one time and all I had on me was ice machine cleaner, but it works pretty damn good. Ice machine cleaner will get in there and get out all the scale that's in there. As far as the door issue, I don't know. I'm gonna put it in steam after I descale it, and we'll just let it run in steam, see if the door pops open, because I don't want to mess with that door. It's perfect. I don't know what she's talking about. I mean, perfect. You just got to give it a little like that. It pops right open. That's good and firm, nothing loose, and it just, boom, that's all I got to do, and it is shut. It is latched. It's good. Anyway, let's work on this. I'm gonna get that little clip off of there. So, let me think. I don't think it's going to refill. I think it'll have to call for that. But I'm going to shut the water off anyway. It's right here. So, get that plug out. It's coming. There's a floor drain. Ooh, see all that nasty scale. There's a bunch of gunk that came out of there. And I'm just draining the boiler. So it takes a little while. I'm gonna have to go take a piss. Boy howdy. Isn't that something? Just like working on ice machines, always makes me have to go to the bathroom. Let's do a time lapse.
Okay, so I have drained the oven.
I have drained myself, and what I aim to do now is just get a look up in there. I just want to see for myself. I want to see how much scale is in there, just because I'm a curious kind of fella. So I think what I'm going to do, get that clamp loose, push it over to the side. Yeah, I have to get the pump loose too. There's a couple of bolts running through back here. So I get those out, get that clamp loose, pull that whole thing off, just pull it over here to the side, and then I can get some eyes up in there, you know? Just want to see. Ultimately what I'm going to do is take this water level probe out, get a funnel in there, put my ice machine cleaner down in there, and that'll eat up whatever scale's in there, and I hope it's not a whole bunch. This particular one, we had to replace that boiler because so much scale got in there, and that was before I had started descaling all the combis out here. The other ones don't do it. We can go, they've got like 6 other combis out here. We can go take a look in those boilers. They'll be just fine. But this one here, the scale out here is unreal. So yeah, let's get those bolts. I think I usually just put them back in hand tight. Yep. Yep. So there's that one. Well, my hand tight from the previous me is tighter than my hand tight can do now. Must have really been feeling it on that day. Here's my metric stuff, because everything on here is metric because of the Germans. The Germans. That's too big. I think it's a number 10. Everything's a number 10, isn't it? But there we go.
the Germans.
They do engineer a fine piece of equipment. That's for sure. So much stuff packed in there, though. It's crazy. I mean, a lot of those things, if you got to replace one thing in here, you got to take out 2 or 3 other things. Like this bank of solenoids in there, that's a fun one. What did I have to replace one time? Yeah, that guy way back in there. That's a fun one. Okay, so got the pump loose. Like I said, we just get that clamp off, pull that whole thing over. Yeah. One-handed pony. All right. I think that's good enough. I think that's loose. All right. Now she is off of there. Let's see what we have inside. Not terrible. Not terrible. Like I said, the boiler that we had to replace, you look in there, you couldn't see to the back. It was like that. See that little chips, the scale there, like little paint chips. It was that, but it was a big, huge block. I mean, you could just see white right here when you looked in there. But this ain't too bad. It sure did fill up that little overflow spout though. Alright, so let's pop this back on there. We'll get that water level probe out, pour some ice machine cleaner down in there, let it do its thing. And I guess I'll run it in steam and see if that door pops open. I mean, I'm really liking that door the way it is right now. I don't want to mess with it because any little tweak, a little bit goes a long way, you know what I'm saying? One-handed baby. Damn it. I don't see how you guys like Joe and Chris out there. You got Joe's with restaurant repairs. I frequent his videos a lot. And then Chris with HVACR videos. He's getting all the views. But yeah, these guys, from what I can tell, they're using their phones or a camera of some sort. And they're holding it in their hand. I'm thinking about going to the GoPro. Because this right here is... Alright, stand by. Alright, somehow we're here now. I'm getting that water level probe out. Got the pump back in, everything's all pop. Back where it goes. Now, this is a bit of a pain in the ass, and I don't know why the Germans decided to do this. But you got to unplug this at the Molex. You got a ground here that you got to get that nut off, and then the water level probe. This is a, what do you call it, packing nut, and then under that, so this is what compresses that down. But that little sliver is what you have to get your wrench on to get that out. Why? Thank God, though, when we got the new boiler, see the old one, that was, you couldn't get it. It was too tight. We had to end up cutting that and putting a deep socket on it to get it out. But you can't get it with a box wrench. But this one, with the new boiler, I made sure that that was only in hand tight, so that when you get your wrench on, you could just kind of do it like this and get the baby to turn. No big deal. It doesn't have to be tight, but if it ever gets too tight, but you know how ovens can be, heat and all that, expanding metal, if that thing ever gets too tight, it's a pain in the ass. Big time. This is kind of an older model. Whenever I talk to a Rational tech, they don't seem to know anything about these because I think they've kind of moved past them. But Rational anymore, their tech support, ever since COVID, it's pretty useless, to be honest. I mean, every once in a while you get lucky, you get somebody good, but most of them are just reading out of some troubleshooting tree, and you can tell they've never touched one of these machines in their life. But yeah, can I get it by my hand? Are we ready for that yet? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now, like I said, this is just the way I decided to start descaling these. It just makes sense, and it's the best way to get into your boiler. And I'm just gonna pour my ice machine cleaner in there, let it eat about 10-15 minutes. Apparently that's about all you get out of descaling stuff anyway. Ice machine cleaner stuff, descaler, you only get about 10-15 minutes of action before it neutralizes, and it's not doing anything anymore. While we have it out, it's always a good time to inspect it, make sure it's clean. Looks pretty good to me. I might take a brush to it and get me my funnel. Yeah, let's do a time lapse to that. Glug, 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 baby. Oh gosh, I missed. Oh, that's the math. Oh. How did that even happen? Do I have a crack in my funnel? Let's try this again. Let's see what... think it's getting in there. Yeah, let that in there. Oh yeah. It's gonna sit in there, it's gonna eat. It is going to enjoy this meal. It's just really loaded up. Ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. Yeah, I mean, this stuff, it works, man. It is good. Whatever's in it eats away at scale like you wouldn't believe. And it also eats away at your skin. If you get it on your skin, that hurts. I mean, it used to hurt me a lot more. I guess I sort of built up an immunity over the years, because now if it gets on my skin, it doesn't burn anymore. But yeah, so that's gonna eat up. Like I said, 10-15 minutes, and I don't know. The chef is not satisfied with the door, but I'm here to tell you, I think it's working perfectly. Perfectly. You don't have to slam it, you just have to push it. Opens right up. Something sounds a little, might want to lube up the hinges, but I mean, that is perfect. Perfect. Yeah. A little dribble. Come on. Yeah, so after, you know, after that's been sitting in there long enough, I'm going to drain it all out. And then we'll turn it back on, let it fill up. And I was thinking about putting it in steam just to watch and see if that door happens to pop open. Because that is something that happens, especially with this one. Because the steam builds up a whole bunch of pressure and it's able to pop that latch open. But, I mean, it feels good. I can sit here and really, I mean, I'm tugging and it's not popping open. It's holding just fine. So instead of running it in steam, I'm just gonna do a, you can go into the settings, do a CleanJet, what is it called? Yeah, to test all the components. You can hit, there's this function in there, CleanJet function test. There, that's it. And it will test the pump, everything that's involved in the clean cycle. It will test them. It'll run them and check all that. And if we pass that test, then they should be able to put it through a clean. So she told me when they try to put it through a clean, it's giving them hell. And I just happen to know that with this machine, that scale is always a problem. So I just did that. We'll turn it on, see what happens. We'll do that CleanJet function test. And if we pass, we're good. It's been about 4 minutes since I put the cleaner in there. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Everything's back together. And I just now turned her back on. Yes, I did. She's making noises and stuff. Tubes and gears and motors and things are in motion. All right. So far, no errors. No. A lot of times when you start them up, they'll be honking at you. So far, so good. So what I was gonna do was a CleanJet function test. Do that in here. Let's see. Okay. Now we're in here. Yeah. Function test CleanJet. That will do a function test of the clean, everything involved in the clean cycle. So if we get through that, it takes about 9 minutes. then we should be good. Yeah, it wants you to remove the stuff in there. I don't know why, but I'm gonna do it. 'Cause that's what it says. Let me tell you something, baby. Da 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 da. Okay. Remove the grids. Why? I guess it just they're in the way. You know, it cleans better if they're not there. You know, it's got more area to work with. I get it. Oof. They did a number on that. God, I don't know how they do with the, like I said, with the door, and they keep calling me back. You know, a lot of stuff is operator error. There's a whole lot of that. All right, let's shut the door. All right, let's hit start. Do not open the door. I wouldn't dare. 8 minutes. Well, I'll see you in about 8 minutes. Or if some kind of error pops up on there. Well, hey, she passed the test. So, that's good. It probably was. I mean, I'm not denying that they had some kind of problem. It probably was due to that scale, you know, and I already knew that. So I went ahead, before I even did anything, I went ahead and got rid of that. So, we're good here. And, yeah, that's it for today. I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, man, I'm kind of disappointed. I ain't got nothing else for you guys. See you next time.